There you go. Some people are, let's admit the last one. Some people, okay, not sure if we got new people or not. Let me move this up here. Someone says I go on and off. I guess when I turn my, pardon me, Adiamo, folks. Monday morning where I am. Beautiful, sunny, nice day. Ray's up in Michigan. A lot of you guys here in the U.S. Couple of announcements as we go. Adiamo, let's go together. You know, we like, if you're brand new, I'm not sure how much we're going to do, but we like to have fun. Let's have a little fun. Hey, William, sneaking in there right at the last minute. We have two great doctors on our medical advisory board. One's been part of the Morton family, I guess. He was the Morton family doctor, even the parents' doctor, Dr. Vaughn Johnson. He's up there in Montana now. He's moved from Utah. Pardon me. Many of you have seen him on the call. The other one's an old mate of mine, Dr. Earl Mendel, and the Vitamin Bible. But why do I bring this up? Dr. Mendel reached out, so I set up a time. I hope it's going to work for every single person. You know, he's the father of nutrition pretty well, that guy, way back in the very early 80s on all the shows, took on social media, took on mainstream, took on everybody and tried to talk to everybody about wellness and health. And he wrote the Vitamin Bible, maybe he is still one of the biggest selling books worldwide. He's written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other ones. And last year when he talked to me and told me we have the #1 anti-aging plant in this world and the #1 longevity food on the planet, he also said he was in the middle of writing a book. I believe in synchronicity, all sorts of things coming together at the same time, how the brothers, Italy, with Curtis, all sorts of things. The olive, 7,000 years. It took a long time, synchronicity to come together. But, you know, Earl was writing this. That's going to come out. But why am I bringing this up? Where's my notes right here? Because, let's see, for you Australians on the call, a lot of Aussies on this call, Saturday the 16th. So this coming Saturday, the 16th, 9 a.m., this same link, 9 a.m., we're on the Zoom featuring Dr. Earl Mendel. We got to have it wrapped up within the hour before sundown. Here's Friday night for his Sabbath. And that also means for Singapore and the Philippines, that's going to be 7 a.m. Saturday morning. But for you guys in the U.S., we tried to squeeze this in. It would be Friday night, the same link, Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. So 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, 5 Mountain, 4 Pacific. So this Friday night and Saturday, let's fill up all the lines. Let's give Earl a really good shakedown. He's going to talk to us about the olive. The history's most important botanical. He's done all the studies on it. He's such a proponent of it. He understands it. Our owners, Ray and Gordon, they understood it because their mum talked to them all about it when they were little kids. Let's go back just for a little sec. And it's been there. I want you to think about a tree that's been on this planet. When he talks about the longevity plant and the anti-aging. What's that?
Your mic was off for just briefly, but you're on. You're good.
Okay. When you talk about the longevity plant, anti-aging food, it's been right in front of us for thousands of years. Think about a plant, a tree that my kids listen to me saying this, and now they ask me about all these other fruits. Think about a tree that after 1,000 years, 500 years, 600 years, still bears fruit. That would have to have longevity or anti-aging properties, and we found out through modern science, those are polyphenols and phytonutrients. And if you could take those polyphenols and phytonutrients and put them inside you, how would you do that? Well, it doesn't take much other than right here on the camera. Order this, take a daily pillow pack. You could have the same longevity, same anti-aging in your body and start to turn around the things that go on. So our company wants to help share that story. And I've got a little clip I made, little editing, put 2 of them together.
Every company has a moment where belief spreads faster than explanation. I've seen it once before, and I see it again happening right here at Oliabo.
Oliabo Innovation focuses on long-term wellness, not on short-term hype.
Oliabo isn't a trend, it's a lifestyle.
Oliabo is building something different, intentional expansion. We are focused on the right leaders, the right culture, and sustainable growth. Direct sales is evolving. Oliabo was designed for how people actually build businesses in today's world. We didn't modernize an old model. We started fresh with the modern entrepreneur in mind.
The only real question is this: do you watch it, or do you become part of the movement? We're introducing 3 revolutionary products: a smart media hub, an integrated shopping experience, and an AI-powered business accelerator, all combined into this tiny little device right here. Introducing Oliabo Studio. It's the OS for your business success. That's what we like to say. Let's show them a little taste of what Oliabo Studio is all about.
I just need a Wellness elevated on our Oliabo Studio. You're about to get it. All of the efforts of, and what are we doing? We're sharing that Mediterranean secret. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this slide, but you know how we get you to get 14 liters of high phenolic extra virgin olive oil into your body? We do it the same way the Morton brothers' mother did. She made them drink it. Well, we don't do that. We're going to help you take it like this with a product. And I'm going to keep moving on because I want to try something a little different here. You know, part of what that Oliabo suite is, it's these. You have them now. I want you, while we go through this tonight, I want you to think about a brand. Gordon's a branding expert. I want you to think about your brand, who you are. You know, Ray talks about, do you like me enough? Do you trust me enough? Right? That's when people listen to you. Buying a story about yourself is the first thing.
Ever notice how some people just age differently? It's not genetics alone, it's daily habits. Calm systems, less inflammation, better recovery. The Oliabo effect isn't about chasing youth, it's about protecting vitality.
That's an easy way to ask someone about what they would like to change about themselves. Would they be willing to learn the awareness gap, the difference between ancient wisdom, which has been around thousands of years, and modern science, where they started to unlock this, phytonutrients and polyphenols, to get into your body, the oleocanthal, nature's best anti-inflammatory, to get into your body, eleuropine, which comes from the leaf, not from the olive oil itself, to get into your body, verbascicide, that comes from the pulp of the tree, the pulp of the fruit, not the oil itself. See, we're not just an oil company. So, you know, how would you share? You could talk to somebody and try to get them say, look, I want to tell you all about eleuropine. I'd like to chat to you about squalane and how it holds all the collagen and creates collagen in your cells. And with our product with Visa Lux and Flex, and how that helps you. And how I would like to talk to you about hydroxytyrosol and verbascicide. You know, when my dad was alive and I was doing another company and Dr. Jerry Shaw was at my father's house in Australia, we were traveling together and he told my dad about what I was doing and he hopped out of the chair and he said, what the heck would he know about nutrition? He's a bloody plumber, for crying out loud. And that's how people think about you. So our Oliabo suite is the key to sharing that. Now I want you to think about a brand, your brand. You are the brand. You know, they're buying the story. You first got to buy the story of yourself. That's the very first key. How would you do it? get our proprietary blend, olivectin, the oleuropein and the verbascicide, and take this product and get it inside of you.
Your body keeps score, even if you're not paying attention. Stress, quality of sleep, quality of food, they all leave signals. The Oliabo effect is about sending better signals.
So how's one way to keep score? As you take the product, maybe you need to write it down because you don't see the changes, but journal or share. Just get good at sharing what's happening to you. People love to hear little success stories. It's not about making 50 grand a month or something. It's like, wow, I can bend over and get my shoes on without having to take a whole bunch of deep breaths and hold my breath because my belly's in the way, right? You boys, you know that one? Or how about all sorts of things that happen to you with just little things and sleeping better and more energy and great dreams or whatever it is? Well, it happens by doing this on a daily basis. So you become your brand. And that happens, whatever gets rewarded gets repeated. And because we're rewarding our bodies, we want to, I just took mine again right before this call. I take mine very last thing before I go to sleep. Why? Because I want those 2 capsules full of oleocanthal, all the other polyphenols. I want them in me. I want to get the equivalent of what the Mediterranean secret is. 14 liters of high phenolic extra virgin olive oil in my body all day, every day, like a yearly basis. I want the olivectin, that proprietary blend of oleuropein and verbascicide. You get that with our pillow pack, taking one of these every single day, at least one of these every single day. To get the rosa, the proprietary blend of the grapeseed extract and the lycopene, I want a new standard of health. You see, whatever gets ignored disappears. So think about that. Your brand, you're buying the story about yourself. So sell yourself first. You don't have to sell yourself. Become it. Become the product. Take it, use it. And then whatever gets rewarded gets repeated. So now think about, you notice the difference. Think about this. How about sharing it? You can share it by chatting to people. I know Mike McCarthy, who just came on the call. He does that. He does that in lounge rooms. To be sure, he does it on a daily basis. You know, another way you can share it, social media, Twitter, Instagram, X, Facebook. You can share it by sending emails. You can share it by sending texts. You can share. We got all of those Oliabo effects. We got all of the things that people give us, and you're going to be able to share it with Oliabo Suite very, very soon, coming to you. So that's the key to daily sharing it. And then what happens is what I said. Whatever gets rewarded gets repeated. The more you keep putting it out there, the more the people notice it. They will notice you. So are you going to wait for Oliabo Suite, or are you going to start to get good at this? I'll give you an example. No offense, Ray, but Ray, when we first started, and now Ray now, when I turn on Facebook or whatever, I get a notification. Ray Heron shared a new reel. Ray Heron put out a post. Ray's getting onto it. You see, the more you do this now, by the time your Oliabo Suite comes due, the internet is a spider web. And the internet is all connected. And the more you do this now, and the more people see that on their feed, and the more people maybe click on it or just pause on it, guess what happens? When Oliabo Suite comes out, that's going to be first and foremost in front of them. Besides the one thing that's going to be really in front of them right here, this thing, because you're going to be able to send it on text or whatever. And you know what happens when people see a clip? They stop. And poor thing, but they do. They stop. And because of our company, because of the authenticity of promise of purity, quality, and trust, when they see that advertising, when they see that in front of them, they're going to say, I trust this guy. I see he's been stuck with this. I see he's stayed the course, or her. I see this is for months. This is really must be working. I'm trying it. I'm going to get it. And they'll start to order. They'll order the Flex because they wake up and they go, I got a stiff neck. I want to fix it. And why does the Flex work? Well, it's everything I just shared with you in our Prima product, but it has some extra things like a higher dose of squalane and a good shot of mangosteen pericarp right there, mangosteen right here. So you've got something that fixes your body instantly, right? Your Prima inside out. long term, usually in a matter of days, we see the difference. And it's a daily thing, and you consistently keep building up this defense. You keep building up this army. You keep building up all of what that goodness is, that longevity and anti-aging, and it works better and better and better. It might be subtle. You may not notice the difference. You know how I could tell you notice the difference? Just stop taking it, and you'll find out real quick. But you got something that bothers you? There you go. Get this on you. Rub it in. 15 to 20 minutes later, you have relief, and it lasts for a day. And then for all of us here that want to look younger, that want to be better, we have olive oil, 1,000 years old, one ingredient to do what? Anti-aging Visalux serum. This is not the end all and be all, but now we have a full rounded product suite. We have what's going to whole body. We have what's going to do instant relief. And then we have something that kind of plays for our ego and our pride and our looks. And we want to keep looking younger. I don't care who you are. We all desire it, and we have it with Visalux anti-aging. We've seen the clips all the time. So you know that. And your Oliabo suite puts all of this in one place, and you can share it. And that's really important. So you got a role. You have a purpose. All you've got to do is go out there and share. Look, you know how you could be doing this? Sharing what happened to you. Look at this. Look how good this works. Sharing do this yourself. You know how you help every single person in this company that we have, this opportunity that we have, win? Why you want them to win? Because you're all going to be premios. And if you're a premio, you're sharing in what? The global bonus pool. So you need to be. If you haven't done it, you better be taking your before pictures, because that's a little hard to tell people, oh, I used to do this, right? When you haven't got it done already. Oh, I used to have this big crease. I used to. And what have we done here? We just changed the marketing on it. I think this is surely because of what's coming out with the Oliabo suite. But the one thing that people might want to see an instant change with Visalux and anti-aging, you can buy it now in an individual bowl of $27. And Ray put this so succinctly, the reasoning behind it, because they'll order it. Curtis spoke about it. $29 is that psychological barrier. $29 or less. That's okay. $29, I'll order it. And they get it. They don't think about it. Can I afford this? Do I really need it? All those questions are gone. And once they use it and the effectiveness of it, why? Because of our quality, because of our trust, right? Because of what you built up with them, they'll go, wow, that works. I'm getting a pack of 4. And there you go. And even while all that's happening, they may even decide to buy some olive oil. I'm going to play this one because I love it. So the more you back in, probably think, why is my internet breaking up? When I let people in the waiting room, it stops the clip. What have I got here? What's this?
Oliabo doesn't add artificial fixes. We protect what nature already perfected. From harvest to final product, everything is designed with intention. Food was never meant to be this complicated. Health is supposed to be simple. For thousands of years, the longest living people on Earth didn't count macros or chase trends. They ate real food. They honored the olive tree. And they used olive oil not just as food, but as medicine. Modern processing stripped that power away. Oliabo exists to restore it. This isn't a supplement. It's a return to what actually works.
So instead of you saying it, because we know what happens when we say it, people tend to disbelieve it. But if you have somebody else say it and they go look it up themselves, or they make that psychological connection, it's a winner. I'm going to help you with a little bit of that. You know how that happens? Because as you take this and you start keeping a track record and take some clips, take some short videos, take some pictures, and you start sharing it, and you post it, and you post it in your groups, and like Hernan's on his Facebook page, the Facebook page we have, It ends up on YouTube. It ends up with the company. The more things you post, you know what can happen? You're talking to Mary. Mary's got sore knees, and you can say, oh, I know of Betty. She may not even be in your, I know of Betty. Go here, watch this. And then Mary connects with Betty because she says, oh, it helped that lady. It can help me. Here's what my point is on tonight's Zoom. Let's start building this huge library of testimonials. The more testimonials are out there, the more people keep hearing it, the more it's on the internet over and over and over. Guess what people say when you call them, when you talk to them, when you text them, when you send your Oliabo suite, the short bits and pieces, whatever you're doing, they go, I've been seeing this stuff everywhere. This is really familiar. You know, when you see a Coke ad, it's on 5 times in 2 shows at night. When you see those silly pharmaceutical ads, they're over and over the same thing. You know why? Because that drives familiarity. That drives trust. They're just tricking you. But we have a real product. We got the anti-aging food. We got longevity plan, and we have it here for you. So look, if you're brand spanking new, I know it's a little different Zoom tonight, but go ahead and go to the site, oliabo.com/ the username of the person who told you to come here, and click shop now and get and choose your product. Let's go. Andiamo together.
Why timing matters. In business, timing matters more than almost anything. Oliabo is at that rare moment where the infrastructure is built, but the marketplace hasn't fully discovered it yet. That is when real wealth is created, not after momentum, but before it. The people who recognize timing early are often those who change their financial futures forever.
We're right at that part of timing for you to win. The more of you that are doing what I'm asking here tonight, to start building up testimonials. Testimonials are what's wrong with your life and what you were able to change with the health. Testimonials are what's wrong with your time freedom and what you're able to change. Testimonials are the weight on your shoulder and debt, right? Be real. Tell a story. People want to hear that. Facts tell, but stories sell. Be honest. People will resonate with you. Don't worry about what people think. Really. Don't worry about that. Get out and do it. And you know what might happen? You just might, because they extended it to the end of August, be going to Italy. Oh, why did that not play? Sorry. You just might be going to Italy. So I tell you what, I just stopped sharing because I'm going to unmute, ask everyone to unmute, and right off the cuff, get you ready to do this. So, you know, Carol out there, Hernan out there, Dr. Guzman out there, put your hand up. You got a story. Why don't you share it? Share a testimonial. Come on, you guys. This is live. People are watching. Come on, you chicken. Okay, I'll share a story. I got electrocuted twice last year, really badly. We're so lucky my wife saved me the second time. I was stuck. I could not get off it for more than 5 minutes, and it fried my arm and it fried my hand. My whole arm was wrecked for like months and months and months and months. And I could not, with all the arthritis I'd had through the years, my hand when it was closed was like this all the time. And my daughter would be on my back over and over, be walking through the mall, going to the beach, whatever, and my little one be like, Dad, and be pointing. What's that? I go, sorry, hon, you know. Well, now look at this. And that's only because of 2 things, this and this. And you have no idea how big a change that is for me, because it really bothered me. I used to like to put my hand behind my back, put it in my pocket. You know, I felt like, no offense if somebody on the call's got cerebral palsy. That's what I felt like somebody like that. Or I'd be embarrassed about trying to get my shoes done up before pickleball without people seeing me. Or when I had to pick the ball up from the corner of the court and puffing and getting down there. I got so good at flipping it up with my bat instead of picking it up. Now I just bend down, pick it up, and all the boys that I play with are like, hey, young fella, look at you. See Testimonials? Ray, why don't you kick us off?
Yeah. Well, you know, when I first got the product, of course, I'm at my home here. Just got here about 2:00 this morning here in northern Michigan. I've got a pretty big place with a lot of decks. And the first week, I just got sent some samples of our Prima product. And I mean, I was down on my hands and knees, actually staining all of these decks. I got stairs, I got gazebo. It's quite a lot of stuff to do, and actually on my hands and knees for a few days with 8 gallons of staining everything, and I couldn't believe the flexibility that I had. I just, you know, everything just worked so much better, and I was on the phones with my earbuds in, just down on my hands and knees and staining and talking to people about this unusual product. And frankly, folks, we're just professional visitors. Just get good at visiting with people. Tell your story, like Malcolm said. Just tell your story. I saw Hernan, by the way, has a little bit of a challenge with his voice. He's getting much better, so he can't speak up tonight. He would be more than happy to. His wife, Robin. I don't know, Hernan, if Robin wants. I could tell Robin's story, probably. I mean, but if Robin wants to, I'd love to hear her.
Robin can eat dairy now. Yeah, there you go. How many people don't realize that? And as they go, you see, I know the things with you, but you don't realize how many people have struggles in their life, and there's a gigantic portion of middle to, well, first, I got to bring one thing up. You know, when Ray was talking about his testimony, he's not a 50-year-old. When he was doing his deck last year, he was 77. Correct, Ray? 77.
That's right.
Yeah, we'd be doing 3 ways. I go, what the heck are you doing? I'm brushing. I go, what? That's Oklahoma for I'm painting the deck by hand. You know, lactose intolerance, right, Hernan? Lactose intolerant. Most people don't realize it until they get told by a doctor. Carol, I know you have something. Tell me. Share. Go ahead. Unmute.
Oh, okay. Well, this was my first testimonial that I got when I first started. And a friend of mine had hurt her ankle, and she went to the hospital 3 times. And she had, tests done and what have you. And they said she didn't break anything. Well, over the Christmas period, when she was walking on a foot, she used to complain all the time. So she went back, and they still told her that. So she went to her, I called in this day, but she'd just been to her doctor and asked him to send her to get an x-ray. So she got this x-ray, and while I was sitting at her house, because I thought I'd put the flex on her ankle to help relieve the pain, which it did relieve the pain. And anyway, she got a call while I was there from the doctor, her doctor, and said, guess what? You've broken your ankle. Your ankle's been broken all that time. And so hence she had to go on a moon boot for 2 weeks, but she was very lucky because it was healing in the right spot. So then of course she was using the flex, but her husband was there, and he says to me, put some of that stuff on me because I've got bursitis in the arm. And he said, I have been aching for a year, and I've been to doctors with cortisone injections, and he's given me all of this tablets and, creams, and nothing works. So here I am. I got out the flex and I put and he said it's bursitis in the top of the arm, and then he said it's going down and it aches all night. I don't get good sleep for 12 months. So I put this flex on just in this little spot, and I found with the flex that when you put it on and you actually get the exact spot, you see this slight little red mark, like of warmth, round where this the spot was, and it's happened a number of times to me. You can actually see where the problem is. And so he had this about a size of 10-cent piece, right? This just a light red mark. And I'm sitting there waiting because I was brand new at this, right? And I didn't like to say anything. And after a while, you know, I'm looking at him, and then he said, after about 10 minutes, he said, you know, the pain has actually gone, Carol. I said, oh, really? I said, I know it will, but I had to wait for you to say it. And he said, I was beginning to wonder whether I was believing this or not. He said, first of all, I just thought, I don't believe this. It's not really happening. I'm just imagining it. And then anyway, for 3 days later, because I didn't leave my bottle of Flex with him because I only had one at that stage. And so 3 days later, I rang. He didn't. And I said, how's everything going? He said, Carol, I haven't had the pain back. I said, oh, really? And then he ordered some Flex anyway. And 5 weeks later, when I was speaking to him personally, he said, guess what? I still haven't had the pain back in 5 weeks. So there's my first testimony.
Yeah. And you use it. You share it with other people. Hey, Stone, I saw you come on board. I know, look, Stone goes out. She's belly to belly, toe to toe, besides calling people. She won the first competition, if I remember right. Is that right, Stone? With personal, you're out there. Maybe you're working, maybe you're in your truck, but ask Stone to unmute. I know she's got you've got tons of testimonies of your own, but all the people you've helped, right?
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Quite a few. Short one would be a lady had rheumatoid arthritis. She questioned it, asked her doctor. She said, to heck with it, I'll try it. 7 days later, on a Sunday morning before church, she says, I got no pain in my body, which is not normal, but I'll text you or call you after church. I had another lady that's got, she had a situation where she's got rheumatoid arthritis in the hands and some more functionist stuff. Within a half hour to an hour time of taking the Flex or the Oliabo, she's had relief in her hands. Like she can feel it. The pain's not gone, but she's able to like flex her hands and use them and not just be in certain pain. People don't like talking about it, but they have a lady that's got kind of IBS. And she has a situation where she's noticing her body's kind of changing and getting better. What else have I got?
There's so many, Stone, out there that
It's insane.
had no idea they're plumbing. Don't be afraid to talk about your plumbing issues, because 90% of the people I talk to, I had no idea they got a plumbing. A lot of my plumbing was removed when I was 38 in surgery, but I had no idea how many people have plumbing issues. So yeah, if you started a little bit yourself, you know how people are. Oh yeah, and the way they go, because look, I used to not like to go out to dinner. I love to go out to dinner and take my kids. But if I went with other people, didn't, because I have no plumbing, I can't sit at the table after I ate. And it'd be embarrassing. I got to go. Sorry, you guys. You know, I got something to do. It wasn't that. So, yeah, Stone, keep going.
Malcolm, I've got one.
All right.
So,
watch out, Stone. Tanya's a bodybuilder, so we better let her have the floor. She'll come over there, North America, and give you an ass whooping.
So, back from when I first started with Oliabo, I was obviously selling another product, and Oliabo came into my life and those sorts of things. And I've got carpal tunnel so badly that for 5.5 years I haven't been able to use my hand. My hair used to be right down to the ground, up having to get all my hair cut off because I couldn't plait it anymore. I couldn't use my hands to a point where the only relief I used to get was smashing them on a table, smashing the bed head, anywhere that I could actually try and find the relief, because I had no feelings in them. So Oliabo was introduced to me, and I'm just going to read to you, because when we first started, we were told to sort of like write down things that actually happened to you with the experience of using it. So I'm just going to read to you what I actually wrote when I first got it. So a week had gone past. I had the product sitting there. I was I had to get the other product out of my system because I believed that you should not have them mixing. So I took a week off the other product to start. So I had Oliabo sitting there looking at me like it was a ghost and it was like attacking me. So I thought, right, that's it. 21st, the 12th at 7:34, I took my first supplement. I woke up at 5 a.m. that morning though, and I'd tried to jump out of bed. I couldn't get out of bed, so I throw myself out of bed because I used to get these severe cramps in my legs, and it was due to the blockage in my system. So at 7:34, I took the product. By 7, well, I'll just tell you, I'll read it to you. I woke up at 5 a.m. I tried to jump out of bed as fast as I could due to an excruciating cramp in my legs, which I had not felt in a long time. Both my hands were numb, as even more than usual, to a point where I was smashing them on the bed and trying to get the feeling back into them. The tingling in my hands was so painful that it was like a scale of 9 to 10. On top of that, both hands were so itchy because I used to have this itch that they could not work out where I got it from. Started to scratch them. I used to get sharp objects, severe sharp objects, even to a knife, where I used to just dig it into it, where my hands used to bleed, just to try and get some relief, but it still didn't work. So I took the products at 7:34. By 7:55, my left hand had totally gone. The pins and needles had gone. The pain had gone. Everything had gone. I was saying to myself, no, this is not real. This is not real. I must be imagining this, but it was true. My hand was totally back to normal. I could feel everything in my hand by 7:55. Now, by 8 a.m., my right hand went. I had feelings in both hands. I was totally shocked. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to not take the product. I'm going to take that first supplement. I want to see how long this product stays in my system without me like getting the pains and everything back. I waited all day. I waited 24 hours. I waited 48 hours and still had nothing. By the second day or third day, I was sitting there going, no, this is still, why am I still feeling my hands? I was trying to not believe in myself or believe in the product because I thought nothing can work that fast. By the third day, I thought by 11 a.m., I started getting a little bit of tingling back and I thought, wow, that's the most tiniest little bit I've ever got. Usually it's painful, where I have my children that live with me because I can't actually look after myself in a sense. I thought, excuse the French, what the hell? Do you know what? I'm just going to take this product. Why am I just holding back? So that's what I did. And I've had no carpet tunnel in my hands since. But I don't normally answer private numbers. I was waiting for a call to talk to someone. They were ringing me on a private number. I answered it. And I had the hospital, after 5.5 years, I've been waiting for surgery for my hands. I waited for this call, and this call came the day I didn't want it to. I ended up having to have surgery. I was forced into having surgery, even though I didn't want it. And I took my products in there. I showed them the flex. I showed them the supplements. I said, I don't need it. I've got all the use of my hands back again. But they wouldn't allow it. And I ended up forcing to have surgery. I've had surgery on my left hand twice now. I had the most horrific surgery you could even imagine. They forgot to stitch me up properly. So I've had 2 holes in my hand. It's now 26 weeks. I'm still not better. And the only thing that fixed it, and Carol has seen the 2 holes, it was so bad that the doctors, the surgeons, the hospitals were gasping. They were like scared that I was going to sue them because the holes were so bad. They told me I was not allowed to use my product. But when I went into the doctors and I said to them, like, you know, what can I do about this? He said, leave it dry, blah, 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 do all this sort of stuff. But then they put Benadine on me. And I thought, you told me I wasn't allowed to put any liquid on. So what I did is I went home, I ripped off all the surgical stuff, I did it, and I loaded it with flex. I put the flex on. 7 days later, it had healed. It had healed.
I'll probably get in trouble here. We run a Bible study twice a week where I live, 50 odd men, 50 odd women separated. Go figure. I went to a segregated school, Narrabeen boys and Narrabeen girls across the paddock. But you know what? We were just going through Exodus. Ray, you'd know this. The oil that God gave man was what? Olive oil. The oil that was put in the altar of the Holy of Holies, olive oil. The oil that was to anoint each one of the high priests, Aaron being the first, then his sons, olive oil. The oil that was used to anoint each one of the kings that God chose, olive oil. It's been over and over and over and over and over and over. So there you go. Thank you, Tanya. That's great. You just share that story. I'm telling you, there's so many people that struggle with their hands, right? I used to be embarrassed. I couldn't get the top off the milk cap. There's lots of things. I'm a hard guy, tough guy, and I just hated all these little nagging things that people would look at. Mary Lou, I see you're unmuted. I'm not sure if it's just, I see your ceiling. Have you, Mary Lou, are you unmuted because you want to share something here with us?
I will.
There you go.
There I am. The thing that really amazes me is how much energy I have. And this week, I heard last week, I have the same birthday as Ray does. So that's Mayo. Yeah, it's a good day for a birthday. And today's Mother's Day, so I've really had quite a week of celebrating and going out to eat and just keeping up. And on Wednesday, I turned 83, and people don't, because I've been taking anti-aging, you know what product I've been taking for years and years. And so back in this, when I was 60, people did not believe me when I said I was going to take this anti-aging product. And my good friends, none of them would believe me. And I said, well, the only thing I can do is live long enough to prove it. And so I have. So now everyone thinks I'm 20 years younger than I am. So that's a really good thing. And I'm really loving the Visa Lux, because I see changes in my face, and I took my before and after pictures. But the one thing that just is really good, because I try to lose weight and I exercise, and my eating, it just curbs your appetite. And I don't have an urge to eat between meals, and I just eat, very healthy meals, and I just eat 3 meals a day. And, I feel myself just feeling great. So that's my short story.
There you go.
Well, Mary Lou, happy birthday. Yeah, we share the same date. That's Cinco de Mayo. You look fantastic. Yeah. I can easily see where people think you're 20 or 30 years younger than you are. You look great. And, look, folks, just tell stories like that. I mean, spend a little bit of time with Mary Lou. I promise you, it'd be very hard not to be interested in our products. Very hard. So that's great.
It's quality of lifestyle, folks.
Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Say it again.
Sorry, Malcolm. I said Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers.
Yeah, Happy Mother's Day. And if you say it really loud, folks, Mother's Day and my wife's birthday is the same. Maybe she.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's lifestyle. It's quality of lifestyle. And people, you don't realize how people want to change their quality of lifestyle. They just get tired. Remember that saying, sick and tired of being sick and tired. They just get worn out. It slowly, their lifestyle goes down and down and down, and they give up. They just think, that's the way it is. There's no need for that. And we got a product that we're learning now that makes such a big difference very, very quickly. And one way to share it, you could share it with science. Nobody will believe you. What would you know? You know what? Share it with what happened to you. Share it with what you know happened to friends of ours. And the key to that is testimonials. And if we get more and more and more testimonials, and I put them out there for you, Hernan puts them out there. So grateful to Hernan and all he does with his YouTube channel and Facebook. The more we can do that, the more people get to see it. And guess what they'll say? That makes sense. I'll try that. That's all it is. It's just about, that makes sense, wouldn't it? Shouldn't it? Couldn't it? It makes sense to try, make your life better. People would pay anything to make their life better. So That went longer than I wanted. Ray, I'm sure
Yes.
you had time to think of a really good nugget because he's been driving all that time. Is Cheryl one of the gals that sleeps when you drive, or does she stay awake and talk?
Oh, no, the way I drive, she stays awake. But we do have a lot of time to talk. I did think about some things, folks. Many of you are aware. If you're not, if you're new, perhaps you haven't seen it, but there's a great little video that's in your back office when you get involved. I'll point out it doesn't cost anything to get involved here with Oliabo. It's free. In your back office is actually a little video. It's called Own Your Own Life. It's great. Now you can send that to anybody, but for other purposes like me, I actually, I bought a couple of hundred of them. It's got that little card On Your Own Life has the QR code on the back of it. There's nothing on the card that says Oliabo. It just says On Your Own Life. Beautiful card, kind of fun to touch. It's beautiful to look at. And on the back is nothing but a QR code. So that thing has been great. And this trip reminded me of that, Malcolm. I mean, I'm, 1,600 miles of driving, stopping along the way, just briefly meeting people and, people that impress you, people that's got manners and, you just instantly, you kind of like them. It's an easy thing to give them a compliment and hand them this beautiful card and say, I don't know whether you'd have interest, but you'd be fantastic in a business that I'm in. Take that home when you get home and shoot that QR code and watch a little 2 or 3 minute video. Easy thing to do. And, so I love that little concept. I think it's fantastic. And I want to at least mention our CFO. He's a good friend of mine, Kent Wood. Worked with him for many, many decades. Really a smart guy, and he's really right. The best time, to give yourself the best advantage for, financial success. We don't promise anything here at Oliabo. I don't promise you're going to get wealthy doing this. There's a possibility that you could, and I think that's true with lots of opportunities in life, but certainly true with this one. But it's also true that, nothing is guaranteed. If you want, if you want big things out of your business, there's a pretty big effort and success on your part. Congratulations, you're all here. It's Mother's Day for the most part of the world here, right? But you're here tonight. You're interested. You want to build a business. So just know that I think personally, the recipe for success is doing all that you can do in anything, and the recipe for failure is doing less than you're capable of doing. And so Oliabo is a great opportunity. Kent's right. The timing's perfect. We're just a few months old. We're in our very first year. So it's the time right now. And Malcolm, I just love your Zooms. I think they're fantastic. I think tonight is wonderful. People like to hear these testimonies, and I encourage you, open them up more and let's just start doing more of these.
Absolutely.
I think we'll get more people coming because people want to know it. First and foremost, I know this, you hear me say it often, people are looking for natural shortcuts to better health. We really do have that here. I mean, Tanya's story is fantastic. And before I forget, like I said, Hernan's got a little voice challenge right now, but I'm talking to Hernan one day and he just realized he could make a fist. And I've heard you say the same thing, Malcolm. We learn to live with things, right, in our life. And he just discovered as we were talking, he goes, I can make a fist. I haven't been able to make a fist in I don't know how long. So those are the kind of things that happen. And if we just do our part, like I said, we're professional visitors. Let's just visit those that visit with the most people, tell the most stories, send out the most videos, make more phone calls. Those are the ones that are likely going to do extremely well in this business, as long as you don't have unreasonable expectations. You're willing to give it some time. Nothing gets done in 90 days or 6 months. But I promise you, you can lay the foundation for a very exciting business here at Oliabo. I've worked with these people for a long, long time. I know them extremely well. They're the kind of people you can trust, you can believe in. They care deeply about their distributors. They always, always are looking for a way to make our lives a little easier ways for us to present these products and this opportunity to people. I'm telling you, come grow with this company. You'll be glad. They're wonderful people. It's a wonderful opportunity. Nothing guaranteed. And by the way, we don't make product claims, okay? We're not saying Just because this did this for Tanya, because it did this for me, because it did this for Malcolm and all the other testimonies, it's no guarantee that it'll do that for you. There's plenty of science here. Without digging into our individual ingredients, common sense would suggest to all of us, if you look at the science behind just the extra virgin olive oil alone, which comprises most of the Mediterranean diet, you'd come to the conclusion that a product made from the olive leaves, the fruit, the pulp, the seed, and a product called Rosa, the grapeseed extract with the lycopene. And you get involved, you attend these Zooms, you listen to Dr. Earl Mendel, encourage you to get involved with that Zoom that you're going to do there with Dr. Mendel.
What does Earl say about just olive oil? Go to pubmed.org and just type in extra virgin olive oil, 2,580 scientific studies, papers,
Yes.
not some. That's enough for someone to go, hey, there's got to be something in there, right?
Yeah, pubmed.gov, G-O-V.
Yeah, sorry, go.
Of course, I think you could probably get there with that as well. But pubmed.gov, scientific studies. We don't have to make claims. You're not going to read all thousands of them, but I mean, there's lots of evidence there that it's been studied by the scientists who says, hey, there's something here. And obviously, I mean, we can observe with our own eyes people that indulge in the blue zones with the extra virgin olive oil, they tend to live a lot longer than the rest of the world, a lot healthier. They enjoy life, and many of them live over 100. So, I think Gordon set out to produce the best he could, a very convenient package that would emulate the Mediterranean diet and make it real easy for us to take it every morning. And he did a great job. Beautiful package. You just take that little package, rip it open every morning, have it with your breakfast, and you're good to go. You got a good chance of falling in love with all of these products. And I believe your life will be a lot better having done that. And if you enjoy people, hey, just tell your story. You'll build a business over time.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you, everybody. Have a happy Mother's Day, everybody. Well, we got for you Aussies, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The North Americans, you could be on those calls at what is it? It's 6 a.m. your time. No, I'm not sure about that. Just try to do the math in my head. But Wednesday night, let's bring everybody here. We'll have close to the same format for Wednesday night. Wednesday daytime, 2 p.m. Mountain, 4 p.m. Eastern, the company Oliabo Experience. That's at oliabo.com/launch every Wednesday, 4 p.m. Right, Ray? What do you got there?
I think it's 3 p.m. Always go to oliabo.com/launch, LAUNCH. They do send out an email, but sometimes it's only a half an hour before the call takes place. But I want to say it's 3 p.m. Mountain time. They changed the time, I think.
Did they? Okay, and there's quite a few on this call. I'm sure you got an email from the company for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
It's a personal message from Gordon. And what's it about? Club Grand, right? Yeah, Club Grand. So there you go. Welcome to you guys that have been with us since the very, very beginning, the first 1,000. Club Grand, that's important for you. There's so many things. I just thought about when Ray, I'm going to wrap up with this. When Ray was talking about the blue zones and that, we could be having trips to the blue zones as Centaurians. Just got to leave that with you. You keep taking this product, there's a good chance you could make it. I tell my kids, I'm going to live to 107. My grandfather lived to 107. I go, I'm going to make it to 107. I got to outlive you, young little whippersnappers.
Malcolm, you're the best, brother. Thank you so much.
See you, folks.
Bye, everybody. Thank you. Appreciate you.